In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 moves the New York Giants, have to make now that the NFL draft is over. And this video starts right now. Now, as you know, the New York Giants recently signed Dexter Lawrence to a 4-year contract. So that was a big thing that they had to take care of in this offseason. So now we have 3 other things that the Giants have to do to complete their offseason. At number 1, the 2023 NFL draft has come and gone for the New York Giants, but Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll still have plenty of work to do with the roster. The additions of Deonte Banks, John Michael Schmitz, and Jalin Hyatt have fans buzzing. Now, those are 3 needs the Giants had: a cornerback, some offensive line help, and a wide receiver. Even the UDFA signing of Bryce Ford Wheaton has the Giants fan base excited given his size and potential in the league. That's a huge signing for the Giants. But for the Giants GM and head coach, there are still long hours ahead. Exercising a 5th-year option on Andrew Thomas was a no-brainer. But on the flip side, some more difficult decisions will be on the way. After all, New York finished up at 9-7-1 season that ended with a playoff berth, but also ended with a demoralizing defeat to the rivals of the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 1 thing they need to do: find common ground on getting Saquon Barkley a new deal. Barkley wasn't too thrilled about having the franchise tag placed on him. That means he couldn't negotiate with other teams. But the fortunate thing for him and the Giants is that it was the non-exclusive franchise tag, which allows for both sides to try and work out a deal by July 17th. Unlike the regular franchise tag that players like Evan Engram and Josh Jacobs received. Shane said that he and Barkley's representatives are expected to reconvene soon on working on a potential deal for the star running back, which has given a lot of fans hope that there is a possible light at the end of the tunnel, or an extension be on the way sooner than later. Barkley did initially reject the long-term deal the Giants had proposed around the trade deadline mid-season, which would have paid him around $12.5 million. However, that was also before the market for running backs would plummet in free agency, a move many are saying is an error on Barkley's reps. Regardless, he is still the Giants' best skill player with a tremendous rapport with Daniel Jones, Daboll, and the entire locker room, given how they view him as a leader on and off the field. Finding middle ground on a deal to make him happy and keep him in the Giants' offense while he's still in his prime is best for both sides. Number 2. This one has been a move that many thought that would have been made already given Leonard Williams' high salary currently. Yet his number for the 2023 campaign hasn't changed. Williams signed a 3-year, $63 million contract back in 2021, and for the better part of the deal, he has held up well in the Giants' defensive line. His sack numbers aren't going to jump out, but his value is stopping the run. His 45 tackles and 2.5 sacks in 2022 don't tell the entire story for him. He graded out at 77.9 by Pro Football Focus, which showed that Williams is playing at a high level for the Giants and should be retained for the long term. An extension for Williams, who is still a productive player, could certainly help with creating more salary cap space. Currently, his cap number for 23 stands at $32.2 million. They figured that the Giants would like to get it down. An extension for Williams could solve that and retain a key member of Martindale's defense. There's no way his massive cap hit can remain in play for 2023. Number 3 thing the Giants need to do: get very creative with the salary cap. As of right now, they are sitting at $575,000 in salary cap space, according to the NFLPA. So the Giants will need to figure out how to get creative. They also need around $2.674 million in cap space to sign the rookie class. Thus, while it's imperative for the Giants to figure some other moves out as soon as possible. Could Adoree Jackson get a contract extension? His cap number is at $19 million. An extension would not only keep the Giants' best cornerback past the 23 season, but it would create space. What about Darnay Holmes' possible release? His cap hit is around $2.9 million. So by releasing him, it would give the Giants back around $2.7 million in cap and relief and barely even cost the Giants $200,000 in dead cap money. With the addition of Banks and Trey Hawkins III in the draft, cutting Holmes might make more sense given how the Giants need more space back, and given how Holmes has his struggles in 22, that might be a move to watch for. Other veterans like Tyrod Taylor and Mark Lewinsky are higher up on the Giants' salary cap, as Lewinsky's cap number is $8.35 and Taylor's is $6.9 million. But whether the Giants would restructure either deal or not has yet to be mentioned by anyone. The Giants are headed in the right direction, but Shane and Dable are just getting started with the busy New York offseason. So the Giants are going to need to figure out what to do with these three things. Can they re-sign Saquon Barkley? Can they figure out what to do with Leonard Williams? And how are they going to work out the cap space? Now, if you like this kind of video and you like the New York Giants, I suggest you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Leave comments, of course. Thank you, and I'll see you later.